What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Inside 11. And right now, we want to get into the topic of why saying yes to you sometimes means saying no to them. Because check this out, you have your own individual purpose, you have to follow your own authenticity, you have to operate from an authentic space where you're genuinely interested and immersed in your God given purpose and your God given identity. Simply meaning that something comes to you effortlessly and easily. There's something that you're attracted to. There's something that you love doing. There's a space, whether it's certain people, whether it's certain places you like to go to, or there's certain things that you like to do. Because a lot of these things that happen to us or we do externally come from within internally. So whenever we actually love and value ourselves, we actually feel it's much more easier for us to engage in these people that we actually genuinely like. We like them because they're actually engaged in their God-given purpose and their own destiny, where they're being authentic. They're not in the world trying to be fake. Where I remember in my life personally, when I was being fake growing up, where I didn't know how to be genuine because I was still learning about, the Masonic program that everyone else was following, where the Jews be running the world through the radio networks and the entertainment and the politics and stuff like that. It was very difficult at that time to be genuine because everybody around you was being fake. So I thought, it's normal for me to be fake. And being fake leads to you just fading your real self away and just replacing that with a fake blueprint based on trying to get a desire in the world, right? Where you just want to be accepted. But a lot of the times, that's going to lead you down the line of saying yes to certain things, but you're actually subconsciously saying no to who you really are. So when you say yes to the external world, people, places, and things, you're going to find yourself, doing things and just, hanging out again with people, being at places, doing certain things that don't really actually align with your actual identity. See, you already have an alignment, you already have an assignment, but a lot of the times, the world will make us distance ourselves from ourselves at an early childhood when we grow up, based on us being shut down at an early age, where we're given a name, we're given an identity, we're given a culture, we're given a religion, and we're told that we need to say yes to those things over what's going on inside of us, right? So a lot of the times when we find ourselves in the space of saying yes to other people a lot while neglecting ourselves, see, it's because you have forgotten who you are and you've put yourself on the sideline for so long that you may no longer actually recognize who you are anymore. Where I know that's exactly what happened to me. I don't know who the fuck I am. I don't know what I was meant to do. I don't know what was my purpose on earth until I connected with my God-given attributes and characteristics, and I genuinely started doing these things at a higher octave and not at a lower octave, where you're already doing your attributes and characteristics, but you might be prostituting them for the wrong reasons, for the wrong people at the wrong places, and doing with them the wrong things that are just taking you slowly down into hell, into density, into physicality, and things like that. So a lot of the times when you say yes to other people outside of you, if they're not aligned with your vibrational tribe, if they're not aligned with your mission, then you're really just shooting yourself in the foot. You're really just fucking yourself, because you're saying what they're presenting to you is way more important than what God has gave you, because your senses have been already wired in a particular way where you actually perceive information in the world around you from a particular set of lenses. Now that lenses could be low vibrational, or that lenses could be, high vibrational. High vibration from the perspective of, you're not low vibration from the perspective of, you're not operating from the Masonic blueprint program that actually makes you be your lower self, where you're more into your animalistic natures, outward things, physical things, stuff like that. High vibrational, meaning that you're doing your attributes and characteristics at a higher functional level rather than a dysfunctional level and stuff like that. And in return, when you say yes to yourself, you're actually able to be at the space that you're meant to be, because you're here to experience a particular revelation. You're here to experience certain things that are going to allow you to move forward from certain vulnerabilities that you may have came to this realm with, certain fears, certain doubts, certain unbelief in yourself and things like that. So it really comes from people not actually being in tune with themselves and not knowing themselves. And when you don't have yourself together, what happens? You start to relate to other people too much because you're not an individual. You don't know how to be an individual son, and then your heart chakra is too open to the world where you're relating too much to other people and you're letting people smother your space. Whether you pray 5 times a day at the mosque, whether you go to the church, or whether you're a man and you're married and you belittle yourself for your wife because she doesn't want you to shine and be a man and stuff like that. Whatever it is, the circumstance, situation that you are in, you have to remember, if you say yes to the external world, you're going to be saying no to you. Where you can say yes to certain things, but you have to make sure that those things are vibrationally aligned with your identity. You can look at your astrology chart, you can look at your ascendant, you can look at your life path number, and through those tools you can discover your vibrational identity. And these are the things that you are here to embody at a higher octave level. And these things automatically, when you have a sufficient self-image where you see the worth and value in yourself, you're going to start to meet people because you are actually carrying out certain actions by being in a certain space where you're actually saying yes to you, because you now learning that you love you, that you appreciate you, that you value what God has given you. And that space of gratitude, that space of thankfulness after being lost for so long, now that you found yourself, the universe will start to, through just unknown synchronicities, unknown possibilities, and stuff like that, the universe is going to send you people, places, and things that are going to assist you with being the best you possible. And then that's going to be a route that you can go down on, and you can start to expand your spirit down that route, because there's no right or wrong. We are having experiences in this life to see if you like those experiences or not. Because if you don't like the experiences that you're manifesting, which are a result of a thought and a feeling, which are a negative habit pattern that you may be indulging in, as far as a disposition that may be demonic and de-evolved in consciousness, more animalistic, then you need to analyze your life and truly look at, damn, well, why do I keep manifesting outcomes like this? Why do I keep creating solutions that really lead to dissolution, where you just fuck yourself up and you fuck other people, where you shoot yourself in the foot and you shoot other people in the foot unknowingly, by you maybe even being a yes man, saying yes to everything because you want to please people. You may even have developed people pleasing problems and shit like that, right? And again, nothing is right or wrong, but when you go extreme on certain metrics where you're not balanced, that means that there's something that's able to pull you out your space for you to do things that don't actually rationally make sense. Because if you think about it, it's not really rational for you to operate outside of your God-given disposition. It's not rational for you to operate outside of your blueprint unless you wanted something that someone else has and you think their way is the only way, while I can clearly show you on your astrology chart, I can clearly show you in your numerology chart, I can clearly show you with your first name and last name that you have a particular set of energies that actually give you a particular set of abilities. And if you actually just choose to align with yourself again, rather than to align with the external outward world and get lost in that world that has nothing to do with your internal world, then you're just going to be lost forever. Because once you align with yourself, then you're going to start aligning yourself with people, places, and things that you're going to engage in, as well as mentally. You're going to get into your positive habit pattern rather than your negative habit pattern. And you're actually going to start to create the life that you're going to, that you want to experience, the life that your spirit is actually begging you to experience. But we're so lost in the outer world that we forget what happened in the inner world. See, it's not objectivity then subjectivity. It's subjectivity then objectivity. All the universities, all the religions, all the music, all the clothing lines, everything was created with subjectivity first. Or even languages, the English language, the Arabic language, or any language you speak was created with subjectivity then objectivity. It wasn't like someone gave Moses a fucking literally a fucking tablet and God wrote something down in there. Oh, come do this. No, it's not how that shit works. All that shit is subjectivity then objectivity. Because how you experience God in your life is different than how other people experience God in their life. I had a buddy of mine, Will Rogers. He was telling me a story about how his wife when his wife goes to the church, she some dude told her that I was praying to Jesus, and there was diamonds falling out of the sky. Praise Jesus. Now that person is a very right-brained person, because he's literally manifesting an experience with his own thoughts and feelings, right? But comparing to his wife is more practical, more rational, so she didn't necessarily see diamonds falling from the sky. So it's very interesting how people create their own experiences in life subjectively and live it out as an objective reality. And we go down with that narrative, not knowing that we are the ones who are accepting the narrative and creating the narrative with our own chakra wheels. Because when you're saying yes to other people, you're literally just being used, prostituted, manipulated, conned, because you're already confused. You've been fused with a lie, by a particular con artist from a long time ago, back in time, and they still be running shit today, so you still living out the narrative that they wrote for you. So don't be a yes man, be a no man. If you have to fucking disrespect people to say yes to you, that's what you gotta do. But this confidence, this newfound confidence, this newfound cockiness is not coming from like you trying to step at other people. It comes from you knowing your space, you knowing the attributes and characteristics that you have been endowed with since birth, and operating from that and not leaving that for anyone fucking else on the table. With that being said, Inside 11, signing out.